morning and welcome to my channel. I've got back to this grungy numbers journal again, and I'm going to do the cover today and a few other bits. And what I've got is some of the numbers that I punched out to make where are we, these tags here. I've still got quite a few left over, and I'd had a go with doing one of these with, I had this for a couple of years, Dimensional Magic. So I've made some little, I don't know what they're called. I can't remember what they're called. Oh dear. Anyway, some of them. And I thought I would put my these numbers on so that just on the front, I've been struggling with what to put on. And I think just some of these numbers make it simple. Sort of like this. Maybe that one under there. And then maybe, oh, I don't know, this one down here. And then a green one kind of under there, like that, with this up in the corner there. I was thinking something like that, just simple. I had thought about putting journal down here, but I'm not so sure at the moment. And as you can see, I haven't glued any of this down properly till it's full. So I think I will glue this down next, and I'm going to use my block. I've gone through all my glues, given them a really good clean up, and hope that they're working well now. That one first, I think. Here I've got the gatefold that I made, and here I've got a paper bag that I want to attach to here, and I've put some things together to make a collage on it, and I've also got a journal card that I want to decorate for it. Now, I'm not sure what to put on the journal card at the moment. Whether to do a large focal point or something like that. Maybe something like that. Put that aside. Then I've got this. I'm just going to use this as the focal point along with this, and again ensuring I've got with a similar idea of putting some string through this. Like that, a collage, small collage like that. So I'll ink all these and glue these down. Okay, I've finished them, and I've put a little tab onto that as well. And I've done the collaging there. Actually, I'm going to do this next, is this tag here. And I've got scraps. I do like using up the scraps I've got left. Nope, that's not wide enough. If I put that there, and that would go on the end there. Yeah, I think I like that. I'm going to use that. Okay, I've put that on and I've inked around in scorched timber. I'm going to glue this on here. There is, as you can see, a pocket there and a pocket there and a pocket there. So there's lots of room. And I could even, I think I will just do it that way and leave that bit open. And maybe I'll put something in there. I don't know. So I'm just going to glue round the 3 edges. I hope you're all well. I haven't asked. We're still in the middle of clearing all the land, and I've got the palm man coming tomorrow to sort out one of the, well, 1, 2, 3, 4 palms. 2 of them are coming down. And we still have our young lad who comes around, has been helping us clear the land the last couple of days, and he's been, it's lovely when you see the youngsters because they can work hard. We don't so much. Okay, I've got this small tag that I made a little while ago from a scrap, and I haven't used it, and I think I'm going to put it in here because these can then go one behind there, one there, like that, and maybe one of these smaller ones in something like that. Now I need to do something with these. I have, oh, I don't know, let me have a look. I've got sweet peas. Oh, I've just seen this. It's torn. I could use that in something, couldn't I? Keep that out to remind me. Maybe something, I could use some of this on here. And then something quite colourful at the bottom. Like that. And I might put some vintage tape on there as well. I'm going to do something similar here. It's very fiddly, but I'm liking them, and I am going to go over these with the scorched timber as well. So I'm going to stick these down next. Okay, so I've done that one. And then we have this and this one here. Whoops. Why is it when you're on camera, it never goes according to plan? Okay, let's put that one there and then that one behind. That's better. There. And then there is even space for one behind there. Okay, now it's where I'm going to put it. I'm not sure at all what I'm going to do with it. Let's move all that out the way a minute. Too big there. I don't know where I'm putting it at the moment. We'll leave it there. And again, I've got a collage I want to do on here. But to start off with, I want to glue this down on here so that I can tie this up up here. I'll cut an extra bit of length, leave that there, and just glue this down here. So there is a pocket in there. These envelopes are from Vibe of Vintage. What am I going to do? Don't know. I found these three. I wanted to do something similar to the ones I've done before. So I need to ink round these and glue these down onto here. And I'm going to punch another hole. Okay, done all that. No idea what's going in there, and there's a lot of writing space here, as you can see. I'm going to use my tab punch board to make some file folder pockets, and also some, I'm going to make a small one on the bottom here, the top, like that. And also some, oops. So put that in there. Oops. I always never go quite as far as I should. We'll keep that. So this will now fold to there. I have a tab at the top like that, and then I am going to do this now. Actually, I'm going to glue the pocket along here. And I'm going to, long one, there it is, around my corners there as well. So I'm going to let that dry. We will be decorating that. And then the next one I'm going to do, which I won't be gluing, is a middle pocket. And for that, this I've done, by the way, is 5 inches by 8, and this was 6 inches by 4 1/4. 3 3/4. Sorry, 3 3/4. The actual page was was 8.5 in length, so it came out this size to go in a journal like this. This one I'm going to do a middle punch. So this is 5 inches, so I put it on the 5, do a small punch again, and turn it over and put that on the small, and then lift this up and cut these. And then I've finished with that now. I'll put that aside, and I will fold this up so it's like that. Punch the corners again. Ouch. Nearly caught my finger. And then what I'm going to do now is sew around here. Okay, I've done both of these, and I'm going to let's move my things out the way here. Just ink around all of it. I've been having a rethink as well, and I am thinking I'm going to glue here because I've had another idea. Now I want to put these two into the journal, and this one I'm going to put on here so it sticks out a bit like that there. Here I've glued this on and I'm going to put a journal card inside there. But I'm going to make this a pocket. Oops. Yep. That can fit in there at the front here. I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to leave the back bit open there as well. There. Now I've got to get some journal cards to go in them. Right, I've got some bits to decorate with. Or something like that. Quite like that over the top there. And then what I also thought was take a couple of these numbers and put them on the tab. On there. And then this one, once I get to it, I've lost it. Here, let's put that down gently. I've got a piece of tea-dyed doily and just one of the cards from the old design shop. So I think I will put this across here. Like that, and then just trim. And stick that down on there. There we go. And again, I think I'm going to take this number here. And stick this on the side here. Whoops. Like that. Now, to go in this one, oops, I can't get my glue in, that's it. To go in this one, oh, before I do that, actually, I'm going to do some stamping with my splatter. Like that. I'm hoping you can see that. There, I like that. Okay, going back to this one, I will glue this down. Right, there we go. And then I've already pre-made some ephemera for this because I thought this video might be getting a bit long. And some of it you've already seen with this, I thought could go in there. Then I have these two postcards that I've put vintage stamps on here and here, and also I put a batch of tickets onto this one with lots of numbers and some of those cutout numbers. I've nearly used all of them, so that's good. This is quite difficult to get behind. I hadn't realised. Okay, so I'm putting them in there, and then what I've got is this, and then that one can go in there. I'm going to put this one over the top, I think, and pull them up. Yep, I like that as you open the journal. And this one is to go in here. Sorry, that way round. This is an old book as well. I've left the rough edge on it, and I've put a vintage stamp onto it as well. if you really wanted to, you could also have, well, no, because I've done the top, you could do the side. And for the top, I'm putting this one in here, like that. I changed the string to this grungy fabric that I've got. I've got one more piece of it left that I'm going to change out a tag. Now you can see why I haven't put this on yet, because it's got fatter, and I'm hoping I've got enough material to go over in the end, like that. So next thing, okay, I gave up doing any more for this because it's got quite wide, and you can see the top there. What I've done, I've wrapped this round, and it seems quite, it's not glued to that, so that this opens up a bit more. This, I've put a flexible closure on it, one of these with bulldog clips, so it can be a smaller bow eventually if you want it to be. In here I've got this one that we made, this one that I made, and put the group of tickets on. Whoops. And then one of these from the Digital Collage Club, and one of the tags that we've made before. I put that on there with some of my faux vintage tape. This is a little tag I've put into this piece here. And this is just glued on 3 sides and with it coming out the side. And this is just a piece that's wrapped over the page. These are from Back to the Source, and these are from the Digital Collage Club. Wrapped over this side, and I've got the same here. Digital Collage Club, Back to the Source, and the Old Design Shop. No, I think that is Back to the Source with a collage on there. Some of my really grungy paper. The gatefold that opens, and I have a video on how I made this using old card supplies with some collaging on. And then this fits in there as a closure. I have done some stamping throughout as well. I made a ruffle over a piece of fabric that was left off from the cover. And I've made a ruffle and added a kind of steampunk charm on it there. Even though it's not steampunk, I'm not sure what that is. But it's got numbers down the side. Some tea-dye paper, and we made this, I think, I can't remember now. The journal card and a collage on the front of the paper bag that had been tea-dyed. And these cutouts, I've used every single piece of the cutouts and also the numbers that have come out. You'll see them, I can't remember if I've got any here. No, you'll see them in the pages as we go along. But I've used them just to, because you can see a nice background through that. This is vintage paper, and that was just mopping up ink. That's a little pocket that I've used the fabric paper that I made. It was a scrap. And then there's that journal card that I've made goes in there. And then one of the tags that we made, that I made during the another video. I'll link these below so you can see them. Page from the kit, and in here, this is from the vellum pockets and journal cards I made. And then using book pages and printed vellum, my own, I print it myself, and then the tags again from another video. This is a flip out here. As you can see, I've used one of the cutouts, and here I've got a journal card with one of the scraps of paper, and again, see, I've used the number 1, and this is from Old Design Shop and Back to the Source. So I'll put that back later. I'm kind of leaning forward because I've got a bit of table here. Pocket, I just tore out of a piece of page, and this was a piece of card left that I just stamped on. So some of the Tim Holtz card from these when I made these. these tags which go in there. I've put a collage on here with the rest of the doily I've used up from another piece on here, and some of the just the thin strips of the paper I've made into ruffles. And then this is from, I think it was from a belly band challenge I did, and put that in there. And then this just opens up, there's nothing in that, and you can, so it's there for someone to put something in. See, this is where I've used some of the cutout numbers that I didn't use. I've used them like this. There's this one that we made, and there's a pocket here as well where you can put something behind, and then I've just slotted them in there. This one goes there, and then this one is behind, and that's again just a scrap of paper. Sometimes it's great to make these tiny tags out of these scraps. And that's one of the tags that I made in another video, and as you can see, it's raised up, so I quite like that, something different. I think we also did this with the collage. Again, I've not put anything in there. I'm leaving the envelopes free for people to put in what they want to put in. I think you need space for that when you're making something like this. And just tied it up with some butcher's twine. And then here, one of the tags I've put in. Again, one of the cutouts on there. And this is again a piece of scrap of card that I've just stamped on with numbers. This was a scrap, oops, yeah, this was a scrap that I've notched out and made into a pocket. And again, put these on that we made. I still have some of these tags left. Not sure what I'm going to do with them all. Cut out there from one of the numbers, one of the tags made earlier, and the vellum pockets with the collage on. And then we also made this from the file cards, like this one at the front, that's the file card pocket. This is another file card where we've got a tag behind there, and then I've got a postcard here with a vintage stamp on, and I've stamped the number 2 on. Whoops, put that in there. Sorry, go back to here. No, over the page. Here. And we've got another postcard here that I've put in there with a number on. And I have actually stamped this using the sample stamps on there, and my own vintage postage stamp, and then just put numbers on there. And then in here we have another tag, tall tag. This is actually an envelope that I've stuck all this on. And this is another collage, back to the source and the old design shop. And this is one of my own stamped pieces of paper, number stamps. I'll put that back. As you can see, I've also stamped, stenciled on there. And this is an envelope, 2 envelopes that I've put together. And again, use the remaining stamp numbers on there, using up scraps that I've got. And there's a journal card here in which I've not put anything on it. I've left it so that somebody can decorate it themselves. I always think that's quite nice to leave something to be done yourself. And the same here with this one. Again, using up the pieces of paper that I had left over. And I've made these sort of rough pocket here. I could have carried on and made another pocket there, but I didn't want to make it too uniform. And using again one of the cutouts from when I made these. Another small collage there, and another ruffle from the material left over. This is an envelope, and I made, but I've not put anything into it at all. Again, I'm leaving these just for people to put their own in. A scrappy pad I made. I think I've had a video last week where I showed making these. I'm not sure if I showed this one, but use the numbers again that I cut out, and then you've got scrappy pieces of paper in there. And then that's the finish, and that is it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this series. It's been a bit short than what I normally do, but there's been lots of individual tag making in it. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit the like button and the notification bell and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye.